What is up, everybody? This is Zach with the Nerd Cave Podcast, episode 242. Got all of those in the wild. I am joined along with no other than the bearded
Sultan, Robbie Rose.
Incredible.
And
Allie, I'm sorry. Like, if people are wondering why I started dying laughing like a second after, it's because for some reason I had to resist this incredible urge to dab the second you started the show, and I was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!"
I would have burned. I would have just.
I know
when I would start editing this, putting the lower thirds, I'm like, nope, it's not going out.
No,
not
just
going
put
out.
A third that just covers up Allie and just as she's dead.
Like her whole Allie Irby.
Just like, where is Allie? She's dead. She died.
She pops up after she's done dabbing. Like,
I'm here, guys. What's up? I just for some reason it was just this overwhelming urge, and I was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!"
Yeah, don't do it.
Holly dabbed the other day, and I was like, "No,
It's
no."
I'm calling it off.
No.
Me and a girl in the choir, her name is actually also Allison. We dab to each other all the time. It's very low key. We're just dab.
I just never understood it.
It's so dumb, but
And
I love it.
I hated it at its height. I still hate it.
Oh, I do too.
Whipping as well. Nay.
Oh well, yeah, that's dumb.
Whipping Nene I can handle better because I had so many kids. When I was at J and Central.
7, yeah.
They were like, "Hey, Mr. Rob," and I almost just did it. And I would have hated myself. But they would come up and they'd be like, I'd be calling Roll, and they'd be like, "Here," and then they'd dab, and I'd be like, I would almost just erase my check by their name just so they'd get an unexcused absence.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't.
It's an evil thing.
I don't like. What's funny is I want to say one of my kids broke one of his fingers from dabbing. He dabbed and hit a pole with his hand.
The
when
ultimate dab.
And I'm just like, this is what it was, that or whipping. I can't remember. It's one of the t'other.
It was probably dabbing because unless he was
don't get too close.
a foot away from.
Yeah. I also hate the thing where they're and they lift their leg up.
You're not LeBron. You're not Curry.
It's so dumb.
Man, I was watching basketball last night. Philly, a lot better than they've ever been.
Oh, yeah, the 76ers are really good now.
And then I was watching Milwaukee versus the Knicks. Man, Milwaukee, Atakimbo, Mumpapa, whatever is.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, Ant.
Well, they call him the Greek freak because hardly anybody can pronounce his last name because he is Greek.
Yeah.
But, he is so he did this one thing it was a beautiful dunk. Well, he took 3 steps, but I'm it would take me 12 steps to equal those 3 steps. He was like,
Just.
I'm sure Nangan is appreciative of your 3 steps.
That's all good.
But they were tied 90-90. And there was 10 seconds left. He had the ball, dribbling, and then hit it. They had 1.9 seconds left on the board. They timed it perfectly. Of course they're had a chance to tie it up, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I see you, Milwaukee. I see you, Milwaukee.
Because I remember when me and you used to do For the win.
Whichever weekday we needed to put it on for that week.
We'd always, if someone wanted us to play with, bad teams, it's always the Bucks, the 76ers, teams like that. But now they're really good. And there's a rumor. The NBA is already broken because nobody can beat Golden State with Stephen Curry.
I think Boston can.
No, I don't even think they can.
I can. I do.
But there's also rumors that LeBron James could potentially go to Golden State.
Golden State doesn't have that much money.
I think at this point he has all the money he needs.
He ain't gonna.
I'm saying he's still gonna get paid, but
he wants to be the top dog.
He wants to be. He wants to beat Jordan. He wants there to be no even close. Who's better, him or Jordan? Because obviously people are doing it by rings, and
yeah, because all of his stats at this point, almost all of them are better than Jordan's.
So, I still think he probably ends up with the Lakers.
I don't know.
There's a chance he resigns with the Cavs, but
The Cavs have to win.
Yeah, but I can
Like, the
definitely.
Cavs have to win a ring for him to even consider
But
staying.
I think it's the Lakers, and poor John Wall's out 4 to 6 weeks. But the Wizards are on a 2-game winning streak without him.
That's good.
So
So how has y'all's weeks been?
since we've been talking basketball,
Allie's just
he's
kinda
like,
like,
No, I literally resorted to just like staring, just dead at the camera.
I'm still here, guys. I'm still here.
Yeah, I was just like, it was a good week. Friend, I hadn't seen her in a really long time. She came in from out of town for her birthday. So we took her to go see the UWF Trash Shrine, which is it's sacred ground. There's now an iPhone graveyard there, so that's fun.
Oh, nice.
God, I hate people. I hate
Like
them
me,
so
like
much.
it's like because the whole trash shrine is like it's like people leave. Like sometimes there is just like actual trash there, but it's usually like it's like old stuff. Like some people have left like really nice jewelry there, but it's like understood that if it's there, you do not take it. Like pretty much everything that was there.
I'd be going. I'm like, la, la, la.
No, like
Yeah.
because like I went and saw it sometime at the end of last semester, and like when I went back this past week, like it was all still there.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know if they a hobo and he want a drink or something.
Now we gonna know about the trash.
They ain't gonna
run.
be no. Well, how can he watch this if he doesn't have it?
Also, it's a little convoluted to get to.
But
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
No, I mean, yeah.
If you starving on the side of the road and you have that.
I mean,
Work for
sure.
food
Like, I mean,
sign,
I'm not saying
I'm sure
people
you'll
aren't.
go find and get a piece of jewelry and go to a pawn shop and get $20 and go to
Yeah.
McDonald's or something.
But yeah, like people have left shoes there. There's like a little like stump that's like covered. I mean, they're like old, gross, moldy shoes because they've been left out in the rain. But like there's like a little stump there that's covered in moss, and so people have put like little dinosaurs on it. It's like I think it started off as like an art project or something. I don't know. I don't know the origins of it, but it's really cool, and it's like I don't know. It's something special.
It's really cool, guys.
It is.
It's really cool.
But yeah, now there's like people have left. There's 2 or 3 iPhones there, but they're like all shattered and stuff. And there's
I want
one.
to start putting dirty diapers.
I was about to say. Nerd Cave is now accepting dirty diapers.
No, don't put that out
You
there.
send them to this address, and Zach will take them.
No, like
I mean,
it'll be like
if you-
weird, like adult diapers.
If you can find the trash shrine, then you go ahead.
I can.
I think
I'm sure
ready
you
for
can.
another
I
adventure.
am a folk hero.
Not
I'm a
not in the
wizard.
real world.
I am.
I'm a wizard.
So after this episode
Yep.
of the podcast,
Yep.
we're going to start filming.
Nerd
Is that
Caves
my
and
hair
Dragons.
or your
I think
hair?
it's my hair.
Yeah, we're filming Nerd Caves and Dragons after this, and I mean we'll go back over it again. But Zach is going to be a folk hero, warrior, fighter, not warrior. Robbie is a wizard, and Amy is the cleric. So
You gotta say, you can't say wizard.
it's wizard.
A wizard.
Because we're just using the pre-rolled character sheets, and they all picked their characters, and so
Yeah, and Amy's going to be
cleric, Mhm. Which is nice, so I don't have to worry about keeping you guys stocked up on health potions.
Where my clerk at? Where my clerk? That's how my wizard. My wizard's gonna talk.
I'm going to win.
I'm gonna win. I am essentially
I'm a wizard.
Waluigi.
I'm gonna go to cast the mage. I have.
This episode is brought to you by Grammarly.com. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/nerdcave. We'll talk more about that later in the show as well. But a big shout out to our Patreon producer, Caleb Palmer.
Hey.
Appreciate you, man.
Pew, 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 pew.
So, speaking of Waluigi, Nintendo did something pretty big this week.
I saw that.
We talked about it on Nerdcade Plus, which you can watch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Facebook and YouTube. We got rid of Twitch. We killed that.
Oh,
We put that pig down.
Yeah.
We no longer will kick that one.
Yeah.
We'll kick the other 2 pigs.
We shot it in the head.
That's how we had bacon this morning.
Yeah.
Which we
Yeah,
did. 'Cause
we
we
had
had
I was gonna
chicken.
say we didn't have bacon this morning.
But you can check out Nerdcade Plus. But Nintendo made a big announcement that they are partnering with Illumination.
partnering, not parting.
Partner with Illumination, which made Despicable Me and Minions, and it's also owned by Universal Studios, which they
That's
have
right, yeah.
a partnership to build Nintendo Land with. That they are going to make a Mario movie.
I thought you were talking about something else.
What?
The Mario Kart coming to the iPhone or something like that.
Oh, we talked. That's all gaming, but Mario
Right.
movie comes into this. So did you not see that?
No,
Yes,
this I did not see.
They're going to make a Mario movie.
Now with this, I have like
You're trepidatious.
Like my expectations are so low. An Oompa
that's a-
Loompa can just walk over it. That's how low it is.
Don't you mean an Oompa Goomba? Don't hit the mic.
No, like I have faith. Like Nintendo has brought faith back into my life for them. But talking about a movie is just, it scares me because we've seen the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
But that means you
And-
can only go up.
I'm about to say it can't be any worse than Super Mario Brothers. Am I peeking?
No, you're just. I'm just helping you out, man.
I got you. But we've seen the worst of the worst, and we don't want it to be there. And I don't think
Yeah.
it will be. I think going animated, if that's the route they're taking, which
Yeah, which
So they're
sounds-
partnering with
they are.
Illumination.
it
They are.
sounds like it.
Yeah, and Miyamoto's going to be involved in this. Like he's involved with the creation of this.
Yeah.
So Miyamoto has not steered the series wrong
No.
ever, and he's the creator of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get anything that is not Mario-esque. And we were talking about how Nintendo has really changed, I think, with the changing of the guard, and they're having to take risk to put Nintendo back to where they
Oh yeah, absolutely.
were needed to be. That they are partnering with people. You look at when they partnered with Ubisoft to make Mario plus Rabbids
Yeah.
Kingdom Battle. That panned out extremely well.
yes,
for
it did.
them.
I still really want to get it because it looks like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and then you see all these mobile games that are being made by non-Nintendo. Niantic, I think, might be owned by Nintendo. I'm not sure.
I think
Are
they
they?
are. I think they're either that or they're closely
I'm
partnered with it
looking it
because
up.
they made Pokemon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So seeing them do this, I'm curious to see what they do with Mario, because Mario has only a few phrases that he says over and over.
It's a me,
It's me and Mario.
Mario.
Wahoo.
Woohoo!
And like when he's getting
Burnt.
burnt. That's about it.
Yeah.
And-
I want.
Yeah.
I want Jeff Goldblum to voice Bowser.
You want who?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, I don't. I heard it. I heard Goldblum, but I couldn't tell what the first name was, and I was like, did he say Jeff Goldblum or like Jill Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum to voice Bowser.
hello guys, my name's Bowser. Life will find a way.
It's like the worst Jeff Goldblum impression I've ever
That
heard.
is Jeff Goldblum 100%.
No.
Yeah, it is.
I would say like maybe 10%.
No, that is my. Anytime I hear Jeff Goldblum, I'm like, Lord God,
I love Jeff
please
Goldblum.
help me.
My beautiful fiance has gotten me the
Sexy
Jurassic
Joe.
Park, the sexy Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum that Target came out with, and it's the big one. So it's my first big pop.
Nice.
I put it up here.
Really? It's a big one?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
it's one of the
put it up here.
20-something dollar ones.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up here.
I have one of those.
I'd bring it, but it's staying at my house
Mm-hmm.
so he can look at me while I sleep.
So, what is y'all take on this? That's a pretty big move for Nintendo. Do you think it's going to pan out?
I think it will, because especially since they're keeping it animated. Because I think there was a lot of stuff that went wrong with the live action, but I think the live action was the first step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, keeping honestly, I can. It'll probably be something oh, he's gotta go save Peach, but then she's also being bad A on her own self, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It'll probably be something like that, but I think it could go badly, but I honestly think it's gonna do really well.
To quote the great movie Dodgeball, I'm so used to having
I know,
to do it.
boy. I know.
To quote the great movie Dodgeball, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
I think it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited
I'll
to see what
yeah.
they do with it.
I think that I'm that's smart. I think that I could see it that maybe like they'll, cause it'll just like the credits roll, it's just all Charles Martinet, Charles Martinet, Charles. I could see it that like, they keep Mario's lines, you know, pretty limited, but then everyone else gets more voice lines. I could see either being that or he also gets voice lines, but I think that keeping his voice lines minimal while everyone else has more speaking parts would be interesting.
Because we don't know how well Charles's chops are as Mario, because we've literally only heard 3 lines of dialect from him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because he like went around and like did a bunch of those vines where he was like, he had like Mario and Luigi action figures, and you saw him, like, he can do it.
Oh, I'm sure he can.
Well, you play the game, like I played Mario Odyssey, like everybody else is like blah 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 blah, and Mario's like,
I'm not listening.
you know, like everybody else is talking up a storm. Bowser does it, Peach does it, Cappy does it,
Toadstool.
yeah, Captain Toad, and all
Mario.
that. God, kill it with fire. As I like punch the mic, just like.